Hello and welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be remaking this little pin badge of Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer that I made last year. Basically, whenever I look at it I think, why aren't you a tree ornament? As I think it would work really well. So I'm going to be revisiting the design and probably reworking it a little, so let's see how I get on. So I'm going to be using these clays here from my lockdown larder. So I have a green glitter in the sculpey accents, a souffle cowboy, a sculpey souffle igloo, a red glitter in the accents, a black primo, and a souffle latte as well, but you can use whatever versions you want really. And I'll be using these tools, so I've got some teeny tiny cookie cutter tools here in a small circle and an eye shape, a cookie cutter in which I'll be using the flower shape, a scalpel, a small ball tool, a needle tool, a medium-sized ball tool, and my acrylic roller. So I'm going to start with my red sculpey accents clay here. And I'm just going to use my cookie cutter tool here just to create like a flower shape again. Basically I started using this shape for tree decorations last week, so I'm going to stick with it so they all kind of match up. And I'm just neatening off the edges here with my scalpel, as they never come through sort of wholly neatly really. So with my small ball tool here as well, I'm just going to flatten down any harsh edges. And I want to create a couple of holes in the piece just so that I'm able to hang the little reindeer on the tree. So with my small ball tool here, I'm just going to go in and create 2 holes. And I'm going to go in on the back as well, just to ensure that the holes go all the way through so the yarn will fit through really neatly. So with some light brown souffle clay here, I just need to make a basic head shape for Rudolph, kind of reindeer shaped. And now that I'm happy with the shape, I'm going in with my medium sized ball tool here to create a pair of eye sockets. And I'll just pop on a nose with some of the red glitter clay again. And I've got some white souffle clay here in igloo, so I just need to make a couple of eyeballs, nice and simple. You don't have to create eye sockets if you don't want to. I just find it's helpful just to be able to see where your eyes are going really. And I'll just pop on some pupils with some black primo clay. So with my small cookie cutter tool here, I'm going to make a circle and then make some, well, they're eye shapes really, but it's actually for the reindeer's ears. And with the darker brown clay, I'm now going to make my little reindeer some antlers. So I need to make 2 semicircle shapes. And this bit is quite hard to describe really, but I'm using the little tiny eye-shaped cookie cutter tool that I have, and I need to basically try and create an antler design with it. So I'm showing you the whole process here because I'm sure it's easier for you to see what I'm doing than for me to try and explain it really. But it's just a case really of trying to create a convincing antler shape by cutting out some of the brown clay. So there we go. I think that looks pretty much like an antler, but I'm just going to go and neaten that off with my scalpel as well, because it never kind of turns out perfectly really. So what I need to do is to basically put it upside down on top of the second semicircle, just to ensure that the shape that I make for the second antler is symmetrical to the first. So it's a little easier this time around actually, because I can see what I'm doing, because I can kind of trace where the original antler is. So it's just a wee bit fiddly, but I think it works really well once it's done, and if it's done well. And basically it was the best way that I could find really in trying to make some antlers, so I don't doubt you'll need to try this a few times before you get a result that you're happy with, because I think this was my third attempt maybe. So now I can place my little antlers onto the tree decoration like so. I'm just going to place them lightly though, because I want to ensure that I'm happy with the placements. So once I know where I want my piece to go, I can add the reindeer ears on to the heads. Basically they should be at a right angle to the heads, they do fall quite low. And I'll just pop on a couple of eyebrows just for a little bit of expression really. And I've mixed some of the red clay with some white here just to create some tiny pink cheeks. So I want to add some holly to Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, to make it look even more festive. So I'm cutting out some leaf shapes with the green glitter clay here. So with the very end of the leaf shape cookie cutter tool here, I'm just cutting out some indentations so it resembles a holly leaf. And I'll just pop on some details with my needle tool. Incidentally, I do have a list down in description actually of the tools that I use regularly, so by all means go and take a look. So I just need to add on some holly berries to make it look even more like holly. So for my tree decoration, I'm actually going to add on some little snowflakes to the ornament, just so it, you know, kind of adds a little bit more visual interest really. So now that I'm happy with my tree decoration and it's ready to be baked, so at this point you'll need to refer to your own brand of polymer clays baking instructions. So now my reindeer is all baked and cooled. I'm going to add some sculpey glaze to the ornaments, onto the nose and onto the background as well, because I find with the red glitter clay it's a lot more striking actually with some sculpey glaze on there as well. And now that's dry, I just need to pop through some Christmas yarn, or some Christmas thread really. And I'll just pop on a few knots at the end so it's nice and secure. And just cut off the edges. So here's Rudolph, all done, and yeah, he's now on my tree. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time, bye bye.